Alessio, I'm speaking on behalf of Dan Francis, and I'm here to urge you to come out on August 20th to vote for Dan Francis in the primary. Now, why am I asking you to do this for him? Well, I've known Dan Francis for 20 years. He's been a Republican way more than the 20 years that I've known him. He's a Republican in Manhattan. It's a very tough thing to be a Republican in Manhattan. A lot of you city folks know that. So, what do I know about Dan? I know Dan has been a very successful business person, and I asked him, I said, Dan, you want me to go out and ask these people to come and vote for you in the primary? We know what you've done. We know you're a Republican for 20 years. We know you're a successful business person for 20 years. What are you going to do? Well, Dan understands that the United States was built on a Judeo-Christian concept, all right? In Congress, there is no way Congress could spend money and finance a terrorist organization, which is what they're trying to do with some of the bills that are coming out, all right? He tells me we have to defend Israel at all costs, all right? Because anywhere in the world where democracy falls, we get weaker, and we have our brothers, whether we're Christian or Jews, that Israel is our brothers, no matter how you look at it. They helped found us. The Judeo-Christian thought process is what makes America great. What else does he want to do? He wants to make sure that we have solid borders. Everywhere in the world, we're defending everyone's borders, but the borders in the United States. What are we going to wait? I talked to my neighbor. He says, "Oh, I don't care about the border. You know, it's all the way, in Texas. You're going to wait until they come into Florida?" All right. So Dan knows that this has got to stop. Dan knows that men should not be competing in women's sports in schools. All right. And
yeah.
And does anybody want transvestites in drag reading to children in first and second grade? Anybody raising? Oh, I see no hands, right? Neither does Dan, all right? And that's got to stop, all right? And Dan was the first one to endorse Donald Trump. And under Thomas Trump's words, drill, baby, drill, all right? Why is inflation getting crazy? Because everything that is going to be delivered here is going to cost 3 times as much. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. So he understands that we have to get back to drill, baby, drill, and he understands that we have to tackle inflation. What's causing inflation? One, the oil prices, because everything costs 10 times as much to have delivered, but it's the runaway government spending. That's what's causing inflation, and that's what's causing interest rates. It may not be hurting us now, but what about these people that have maybe minor credit cards, have home equity lines that they use to rebuild their homes? When we go to sell our homes, who's going to be able to finance the purchase? Well, like I said, Dan has been a Republican for 20 years, or more, all right, more than 20 years, for the 20 years that I've known him, and we really need you to come out, support him on August 20th in the primary. Dan's the man. Thank you very much.
All right.